of whatever, they're purchasing sex, they're purchasing women. So obviously, what is that called right now? Okay, that is form of human trafficking. Okay, that's sex trafficking, and that is coming up very much now to the forefront. Okay, it's coming to the forefront in a way that I don't believe maybe it has in the past, and it is this weird shakeup of the lifestyle. So I think it's very symbolic of what happened with the blades falling off of the windmill for the first time ever. I feel like it's very symbolic. To me, it feels like it is it's the juxtaposition between the elites and the artists right now. And I was getting a lot of messages around a lot of artists, okay, music, film, that, you know, that we've seen a lot of that come to the forefront. But I feel like there's another layer to all of that. And I have talked about this before, but there is this kind of a revolution, so to speak, okay, that is kind of kicking back up, I think, because of that time period, the Moulin Rouge time period, of artists and the elites, okay, and the people who own the artists and the creative people. And I am feeling this energy so hard that right now the artists have to rise. They have to rise and come back together and find their soul family and come back and somehow take back ownership of their lives or ownership of who they are, okay, because there's a lot of talent being paid for or bought in a way. So I feel like it's just very symbolic right now with everything that's going on in terms of who we are, our worth, how we see ourselves, contracts, coming up, a lot of contracts, things along those lines. Let me see if there's other messages coming in around the Moulin Rouge. There's also something coming in around Big Ben, okay, that it has stopped, the clock had stopped, and then also the horses. And, it just feels like there's a major shift going on right now, energetically. I have the Ten of Swords coming in around that energy, Ten of Swords. So I feel like it is like we're coming into some kind of an ending of sorts. We have the moon coming in around that as well. So it's like everything that has been in the dark is coming to the light now, and it has to. It is the only way for us to progress forward. So it's like everything that's been hidden in this illusion, quote unquote, of what wealth looks like, of what success looks like on the outside, that is what is coming to light right now. The truth behind the success, the truth behind the wealth, okay, the truth behind the people who attain the wealth, like all of that is what is coming to the light right now. And I have the Five of Wands. Whoop! Oh my god, my phone just dropped. Over. I have the Five of Wands coming in around that energy, and then I have the Three of Swords. I feel like everyone is going to be looking at themselves right now. Everyone's going to be looking at themselves in the mirror and analyzing who they are. They're going to start to see themselves in a new light, and they're either going to like it or they're not going to like it, okay? And it's going to be, I feel it's going to be a very intense road. Like I have the Five of Cups coming in around that energy. A lot of people are going to be reflecting back on who they are and where they have any kind of missteps, what they have, ethics is going to be coming up really strong right now, where they have made the wrong decisions, if they've engaged in things that are not above board, if they have done things to attain money's wealth, their career, everything is going to be coming up right now for a form of assessment. And I feel like it's like the windmill with the blades falling off just feels like it is very like poignant. It's like very, I don't know. It's like we're really going to be looking at everything right now with like a fine tooth comb. Like we have the sun shining on the moon, okay, and that takes us back to the solar eclipse. It's like everything that is dark is coming to the light. I'm getting a lot of other messages around just things that have been done to us energetically. Thank you, Teresa. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. I think we're gonna just see a lot of just a spotlight on everything coming to the light. I think it is going to get very uncomfortable for a lot of people who, and I'm also feeling a confusion energy really, really strong as well. Because there's a lot of people that are confused. They have the narrative wrong, okay? Because they have been victims of certain forms of media, paid media, bought media. They don't have the correct information, and they're still going out on social media almost like the wrong way. Like they're not getting the full messages out or the truth out in the correct way. There's a lot of people that are going out in the wrong way. Like they don't have the full story of what's going on still. But I feel like there's a lot of the collective is starting to wake up to the truth of really what happened to us, what COVID-19 really was, okay? Who was in power at that time, the vaccines, everything that has gone on. Everything that was done to us was very well thought out and planned, and it was a form of warfare, including everything that happened with Fox News media, everything that happened with CNN. CNN started to get infiltrated. It's like everything was slowly getting infiltrated. The post office, like every single part of our country government was starting to get infiltrated by this very dark elite group. And if you trace it back, it goes back to all the same cats that were involved in the 2016 election. So it's the same exact players and the same stuff. Oh, it's the same people. It's Zuckerberg, it's Elon, it's Trump, it's all of, you know, their military. It's the same freaking people. It's the same people coming up right now. And I feel like I don't want to go too much into a lot of the depthful stuff of it. I'm going to leave that for my Patreon. I don't want to get into too much of that. I don't want to get in the woods on any of it. But, you know, to put it lightly, we've been under a very extreme form of attack, okay? Psychological attack, spiritual attack, on a level that I don't think a lot of people can really digest. I don't think they would be able to digest it, and I don't think they're understanding it. There are still people who are upset that we would be banning TikTok, and they think that that is a bad thing. However, if you really knew what TikTok was, and you understood what TikTok was, and you understood it was a weapon, it would be a completely different story, except that story never went out. It never hasn't gone out to the media in the correct form. It hasn't gone out. People don't truly understand the ideas or understand what the weapon is. We don't talk about these apps as a weapon, but foreign dictators and empires look at these apps as weapons now. They look at cameras on your phone as weapons, okay? Everything, even voices, are weapons because your phone can pick that up. They have spy bots, they have voice bots, they have thought bots, okay? They have bots, okay, in the air that can hear you, all right? There's a lot of people coming on social media going, I feel like I'm being watched. I feel like they're watching me. I feel like they're hearing me. That's true, okay? It's true, guys. If you feel like you're being watched, you are being watched, okay? If you feel like they're spying on you and they can hear you, you are correct. Okay? So you have to understand the level of that. That means no conversations are private anymore. And depending on how much clout you have, notoriety, a following, okay, how much of an influencer you are, then that's gonna determine the amount of this type of technology on you. And I'm a victim of all of the spy bots. If I think something wrong, a weapon will hit my brain, okay? If I think the wrong thing, because they're in my thoughts now. And that is part of their new mind reading technologies, okay, which Meta just rolled out. And they're all connected to the darkest dark. I have gotten messages around Meta and Mark Zuckerberg connected to North Korea, Russia. It's the same Trumpy dump crew. It's the same crew. And people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, but it's true. It's true. You know, these foreign empires, they have deep pockets now because of all the weapons deals that have gone through, okay? I believe that Donald Trump was put in office to divide and create a new world order. I believe he was put in place to create a new world order of domination, world domination, and that he was to align with all of the US's foreign enemies to create that world empire, because I feel that he was owned when he got into office, and I feel that our national security, CIA, there was a huge misstep in terms of what was going on with that cat and how he even was able to get onto the ballot, because he kept his taxes from the American people for 3.5 years, lying that he was under audit. Lying. He lied to the American people. That is the truth. That's a fact, okay? That is an actual fact. But his mega base would deny that, okay? They would deny that information. But why would our national security not have access to his taxes unless we were already at some point compromised? You know, in the Mueller report, they talked about the Electoral College being infiltrated, okay, and attacked prior to the election. That means we might have already been in some kind of a war and not known we were under a war. I talked about the docuseries The Circus, okay? Ted Cruz is on that. Rubio is on that. Trump is on there with Lavrov, with a Russian on the trail, on camera. He is behind stage, okay, at his freaking rally, okay, an oligarch. They're already filming, so that goes into Hollywood. Who was doing the docuseries? Who's the producers on that? That can go into more Scientology, right? Scientology owns Hollywood. I mean, that's what we're discovering more and more, okay? We're unveiling their spy files now. We're unveiling their connection to all of the biggest celebrities, Oprah, okay, Tom Cruise. All right, they're all connected. They're all connected. And now we've witnessed an event happening in Maui, okay, that destroyed the island, connected to what I was getting messages on space, okay? Who's in space right now? Who are the fucking players in space? There's two main players in there, okay? Elon and Branish, okay? That's the Virgin guy. You know, we really have to wake up. There was also a Russian alliance that took off at Cape Canaveral in 2022, I believe, that went up to space. So we have alliances with Russia in space now, okay? That hasn't really gone out. Has anyone really talked about that? Elon, you know, brought up some Russian billionaires up into space right before the Ukraine war. They paid him billions, guys, billions. That's a foreign dictator paying Elon Musk billions of dollars to go up to space with him. Okay, let's think about that. Let's think about that. Is Russia really our friend? Because I believe the mega base believes that. They believe that they're our friend. Are they anybody's friend? Are they anybody's friend? Why are they giving out free residency, Russia, right now? Because nobody wants to fucking live there. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they created a freaking war with their sister country where they have families there. Their people have families in Ukraine. And they created a war with them and destroyed them. How many people? I've talked about this a lot. The ancestors are pissed, okay? The ancestors are fucking pissed about that war. It's a fake war. It was on a false timeline. They created that war. That was never supposed to happen. That's part of their matrix, their false matrix metaverse that they created to stay in power, world domination. And they have committed war crimes against Ukraine. I will stand by it. They have committed war crimes against Ukraine. And I don't know why they have not been charged with those war crimes, but they created a system to manipulate the outcomes through a very advanced space technology. And I know they have a glitching system. Look at, they're coming in right now. They're after me because they know. They fucking know. That whole war should have ended, and they owe Ukraine billions. They owe Ukraine billions of dollars for that war because they already had done the algorithms and the coding for the outcome. And I guarantee there's evidence of it. I guarantee there's evidence of the manipulation of the outcome of that war and what they did to them. And I also am still sketchy about Starlink, okay, with Ukraine. I'm still sketchy on that because of the monies that Elon received right before the war. I'm still like not sold on that because I was wondering if they're using that satellite system in some way to spy on them, or we're using it as an advantage on them in some way because their technologies are very advanced, guys. They're so next level advanced. It's something that we would not really be able to wrap our heads around, but I'm telling you, the technologies are so advanced. So if you think about that, if it's a fake war, let's just say they manipulated the outcomes, think about how much money the US has shelled out to protect Ukraine. Think about the monies that have been shelled out from other countries, draining our monies on something that they created, okay? Let's think about that in terms of the aid that has gone out. And the same thing goes for the other freaking wars. They were already planning these wars. I know they were planning these wars, okay? This is all part of their freaking world domination. And then what are they doing? They're draining us financially, bailing out all of them. And I've also talked about the weapons contractors on here. You know, they're US weapons contractors that they are having their own weapons deals with foreign empires, with foreign dignitaries. They're not loyal to the US, our weapons contractors. They work with our enemies, okay? And we don't have anything in place to protect us from those enemies anymore, from using those weapons, okay? And so we have to really look at our weapons contractors. They are a form of terrorists, okay? If they are aiding our enemies right now, we're in a world war. Whether or not we're calling it that, we are in a freaking war right now. We are in a freaking war. We are in a very advanced technology war right now. And the stakes are just as high. And right now we have to figure out how to, I've talked about a lot, like, you know, their system has to go. Their freaking system has to go. Whatever their space systems are, their technologies, they've been messing with time travel. They've been messing with past lives. They've been messing with DNA codes. They've been messing with RNA, DNA, you know, doing they have their labs, scientists, CERN, okay? They've been messing with, I just saw something about these scientists saying that the moon moved. The moon moved. And when they asked questions, they got doors slammed in their face. I kept getting messages about the moon. I knew something was going on with the moon. I knew there was something going on with the gravitational pull of the universe. I knew there was something going wrong because that's how I lost my spiritual protections, is because if we are not aligned energetically through the magnetic field, if our magnetic field is off, our center of us is off, then we lose our protections energetically. We lose our channel, we lose our portal, we lose everything if we are energetically or magnetically off in some way. So it wasn't shocking to me that they moved the moon. It's not shocking to me. I think they're intentionally trying to mess with the gravitational pull in some way, to throw off our divine protections, our intuition, so that they could further program our lives and control us and take from us. And that's literally the stuff that's been coming up. For me, at least energetically, as a lot of the messages I've been getting is that they've been programming our lives for like the last probably 3 to 6 months or so. And that is part of their dehumanization agenda. A lot of the robots and stuff that you all see out there, the fancy robots and stuff, every distraction is like coming in right now because they don't want me to get this information out. But the robots that you see that they're kind of showcasing in these, like, you know, in these other countries that can like move and do all these fancy things, there are humans that create that robot. They sacrifice humans to create living robots like that. I just want to let you know that's human DNA on a fucking robot. That's not, those robots are people. I have cleared technologies off of me, and I have seen people, like I clear people off of me that have been sacrificed to create the technology. That's how a lot of these foreign countries do things. And I know people don't want to talk about that, but that's how weapons are made. They're done through sacrifices. That's part of weapons. Creating a weapon is the darkest dark. It's the darkest energy. So think of what the darkest energy is. It's sacrificing. And I think that's why there is so much trafficking going on, human trafficking, missing children. It's sacrifices, guys. That's how weapons are made. Bombs, all of it. They're made with freaking demons. Demons come from sacrifices. That's how they create a demon. It's a human sacrifice. All these dark rituals and stuff that all these people are talking about on, you know, social media with all the CEOs and CFOs of the sacrifices going on in Hollywood and things like that. That's what it is, okay? It's all sacrifices. So every weapon that goes out is a sacrifice. Are the weapons contractors telling you that they're murderers? No, they're not. Why? Because they're linked to the military. They're linked to the war. They're probably to all of the darkest criminal families, okay? The weapons contractors. That's why Earth is so dark, okay? Because the people that own the world are connected to all of that kind of stuff. They're all Satanists. They're all Satanists. At the top is Satanists, okay? It's all Satanists. So what would we have to do as a globe? We have to stop war. We have to stop weapons from going out. We have to stop creating weapons. We are going to have to learn how to take apart weapons, take them apart. You know, praying for the souls that were sacrificed for those weapons, for those robots, okay? Every technology comes with a sacrifice. Some technologies are connected to aliens, okay? They're doing things to hurt aliens that are from other planets, okay? You know, you can watch Dr. Stephen Greer talk about all of the aliens and all the black projects connected to them. It's very sad. It's very sad to like hear the sounds of an alien being tortured. That's what a lot of these projects are. It's a lot of it is torture projects. It's disgusting. It's so gross and vile. You know, it'd make you feel sick. But that's the level that that's the underbelly we're going into right now. We have to get rid of weapons. We have to we need to have new jobs, okay, new industries altogether to get rid of the making of weapons, to get rid of them, okay, to learn how to take them apart, taking apart weapons, you know, stopping war. War is not good for the economy. That's a lie. It's good for the people in death, okay? It's good for the weapons contractors. It's good for the people who are Satanists. That's what it's good for. It's not good for the economy. It's not. It's good for the mortuaries, it's good for the cemeteries, you know, it's good for those people. It's good for the people who are destroying the planet, the oil guys, if there's oil involved, you know, that's what it's freaking good for. And that's the stuff that we have to wake up to. We cannot have war anymore. We cannot be going about things in the same way that we have for centuries, for lifetimes. We have to wake the F up. Militaries and how we operate, we have to wake the F up. But if there's no weapons, you can't go to war anymore. There's no weapons, right? So what would you have to do? You have to seize the weapons. That's what we would have to do. We have to take over the weapons contractors. That would be our next step, globally, to stop war from happening. And like I said, it's all dark. It's all satanic. And it's all fear-based, and it's all part of their global empire to control and own us, and that's what goes into all of their control systems as well, and their metaverses that all the banks are experimenting with right now, which is connected to our human DNA. So, anyways, because I got these messages out to you today, I'll probably get hit with some weapons after this, but that is my freaking life right now. That's my life. That's my life right now. I get hit with weapons. I get attacked with weapons all day long while I sleep. I have to deal with this stuff all the time. And I feel like if we don't start talking about it and we don't start understanding the truth of what's really going on, we're never gonna freaking get it cleaned up. We're not. So I think right now we have to just stay strong. I just want to thank you all for your donations. They're helping me so much with gas money, food money, and I am offering readings right now just through donation. I'm offering half-hour and you can just for $55, so you can always just donate through Venmo or PayPal, and then just send me an email and I'll set up a Zoom link with you. Just do it really simply. You guys are interested in reading it all. But anyways, I'm wishing you guys the best. Again, thanks so much for your donations. Thanks for supporting me on here. You guys have left me such amazing comments. I'm going through obviously a very rough time because of the technologies that have been attacking me, and because I have not received any type of justice for the crimes committed against me, which are the darkest crimes you could ever freaking imagine. And I'm in a state that is bought by Scientology, fucking Elon, Zuckerberg, they're all here. I mean, that's the state I'm in right now. You know, right now it feels like we have to be able to rise, even in terms of lobbyists. I feel like we gotta just get rid of them. The lawmakers, they just gotta go. They just gotta go. They're all bought. You can't have money involved with politics, period. Or it's bought. You know? This is not rocket science. It's like you get rid of the donors, you get rid of the freaking money. That's how we have an honest and legal justice system, okay? That's how we freaking get this stuff taken care of. You know, that's how we do it. The money has got to go. Everybody is paid off. There are cops paid off. There are feds paid off. There are groups of military that are paid off. Paramilitary is paid off. They're contracted out. Corporations have their own contract killers, okay? That is the truth. They are paid, they pay people to destroy people's lives if they are being outed in any way. That is the truth. So hopefully more of this stuff starts to come to the light and we can start taking back control over the money, okay? I don't want to say taking back control. We can start taking back what is ours, what was stolen from us, and start to balance out these intense energies, like I said, opening up with the Moulin Rouge, because we have to rebalance and realign all of the collective energies back out, redistributing them. You know, you can say prayers to take all of the energies or all the monies back up to source light for redistribution, for realignment, reassignment. You know, you can always call in prayers to help the collective, to help our protections, anything that's blocking our protections, to remove those blocks energetically. If there's anything in space that is working against our protections in any way, any type of technologies. You know, chemtrails are very advanced. They're using chemtrails as a form of a nanotechnology to communicate to us through their weapon systems. So I don't know why they're not banned. Chemtrails should be banned in the other. They're banned in Mexico. Why can't we ban them? I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. There's a lot of things that I don't get. And I think it's because everybody's paid off and bought. So I think that's what's going to be coming into the spotlight right now, is all the people who are paid off and bought right now. Because I think it's the only way for us to clear the path and move forward in some way. So I will leave you guys there. Again, thanks so much for your donations and your love and support. Thanks for joining me live. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of you right now. I know that was a lot that I just said out in a short time, but I've been reading on this and researching this for so long now, years. I've been reading on Trump for years. I've been reading on these wars for years. I took down half of the videos because they were using the content to hurt me through their bot systems, which now Elon has come forward with on how they do that. So anyways, I'm sending you so much love, and I'll talk to you all soon, okay? Bye.